What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about some Battlefield 6 rumors slash leaks, some pretty darn good ones. Now, we've heard some of this before. It's just, I believe, coming, whether it be from a news source or it's just kind of reappearing. But this is the year, this is obviously going to be the year that we get the next Battlefield game. There's been a lot of talk that we'll see this game in the spring, that's when EA is going to announce it. I'm very, very excited. The last two have been very not good, in my opinion. I don't think that's a minority opinion, but I really am. I always look forward to a new Battlefield game. That's my preferred shooter over Call of Duty, although I respect Call of Duty. But I want to go over what this leaker said and talk about if it's going to be true and what do I think about it. Okay, so really quickly, before I get too far into that, make sure as always you guys are subscribed, have the bell icon turned on, and if you super like this stuff, make sure you guys subscribe to my second channel. It's called Podcast Now Plus. I'll leave a link for it in the description below if you guys want to check it out. I greatly appreciate, by the way, your guys' support anywhere that you want to show it. All right, so this comes from PlayStation Universe. We're just going to kind of read right through it, and then we'll talk about it after. Leaker Tom Henderson, which I do believe that name sounds familiar, has revealed that DICE's upcoming Battlefield 6 will be a cross-generational title and a full series reboot, which is hoping to achieve 128 players for the game's multiplayer component. Citing info obtained by those familiar with DICE's plans, Battlefield 6 is set to make a return to a contemporary war zones inspired by Battlefield 3. While he previously said that 128 players are on the cards, the news that'll all come to PS4 and Xbox One were not previously revealed. Henderson goes on to add that the game is unlikely to hit the 128 players on PS4 and Xbox One and will instead target 64 players. Furthermore, it also will feature reduced destruction compared to the PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S versions of the shooter. And then this is, I guess, exactly what he says. When it comes to Battlefield 6 releasing on last-gen consoles, I understand there's going to be a lot of people a little bit annoyed within the community because it essentially means that the current-gen version is going to be limited in some aspects. However, I've been told that is simply not the case, and a completely different studio or a different part of DICE is working on the previous-gen version, and it's something that we simply should not be worried about. So there's a lot of that stuff that makes sense. I'm not even upset at, that last part that he talked about. Here's the deal. Even from my own channel, from seeing you guys, I do know there is that, mindset out there, right? Where, now you guys may know from me, I've talked about this for God of War. I've talked about this a lot with PlayStation exclusive games. I'm for not necessarily leaving behind last gen entirely right away, because I do understand it just came out, economy, not everybody has the money, the systems are basically unbuyable in different places, right? UPS and FedEx, all these places are stealing them from you. I get that it's difficult to get these consoles even if you wanted them, okay? At the same time, like any technology device, okay, when they come out, you are going to start to back away from what you had previously, right? Phones, you don't really focus on the older stuff, you focus on the newer stuff. Same thing for computers, TV, all that kind of stuff, right? So I am in that more, and people have called me a capitalist and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty funny, but that's the way that the industry works. That's the way actually the world works. So I'm not upset not upset whatsoever if that ends up happening. If you were to tell me, okay, if you have the PS5 or Series X or S or PC version, you can play with 128 players, but if you have PS4 and Xbox One, you're playing with 64, I understand that, and I think that makes a lot of sense, because ultimately, you're trying to get the most out of the consoles that you're having. I mean, we've had 64 players before. The last several Battlefield games had 64 players, so if that's the norm again for last gen, which I don't see why it wouldn't be, right? Because we've already done that, and you do imagine it's going to take some steps forward from the previous Battlefield game. It just isn't going to be able to reach the heights of the next gen version. But yeah, I mean, personally for me, I have a PS5, and this year, by the way, people are going to be getting these consoles. Okay, if you really want them, if you do have the money, you will be able to get these consoles as the year goes on. We're already seeing it. People that include, even myself. I mean, it was very hard to find these systems day one, week one, but it's getting easier and easier. It's not easy, okay, but it's getting easier, compared to the previous stuff. So not a bad deal. And again, 128 players, for me playing on PS5, it's exactly what I want. I mean, the thing, I was younger when I first started jumping into Battlefield, and the thing that really separated even from like Call of Duty in my mind was that scope, right? Was just like you can be doing so many different things, and all of the different factions that you're playing as, or whatever you want to call them, like they all have a purpose. You may think one is maybe not as good as the other, but they have a purpose because it's just such an enormous battlefield. You know what I mean? So I really love that idea. And then the reboot thing, I mean, you got to go back to basics. I mean, the last two Battlefield games were pretty atrocious, and the community's response to it kind of echoed that, right? Where I think they probably heard it loud and clear. Where it's like, okay, and so reboot to me, again, I kind of just read it as like going back to the basics. Like, let's go back to what made Battlefield just a really special game, and not what we've done the last little while. And if they do that, I think they're going to be fine. So like I said, I'm very, very excited for this game. I have hope. I don't have a lot of confidence just because it hasn't worked the last couple of times. So I have a lot of hope that this game is going to be good, but I'm still, it's still a little bit shaky, but I cannot wait to see this game. I cannot wait to play this game. This is a day one purchase, even if it sucks. And if it sucks, I'll of course tear into it. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think that, it is going to be very, very different between the console generations? Are you going to get this game? Do you have confidence in it? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Again, if you guys want to subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, link for it is in the description below, or you can just look it up on YouTube. Again, Podcast Now Plus. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.